Ready to begin? Number 7. The Super Taster Tongue. Ever wonder why some people think cilantro tastes fresh and citrusy, while others swear it tastes like soap? Or why your friend can chug black coffee with no problem, but you wince like you just drank liquid fire? The answer might be a rare DNA mutation that makes you a super taster. Super tasters have more taste buds than the average person, thanks to a variation in the TAS2R38 gene. This mutation makes bitter compounds taste way stronger, which means foods like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, or even dark chocolate can taste almost unbearably sharp. Meanwhile, sugar and salt can feel more intense too. On the surface, this might sound like a curse who wants to gag at the taste of kale, but it also means your heightened taste sensitivity could protect you. Super tasters are less likely to enjoy alcohol or cigarettes because they taste harsh, and some studies suggest this mutation can reduce the risk of obesity because you're less likely to binge on junk food. The emotional side of being a super taster is fascinating too. Imagine sitting at a dinner table and feeling like your taste buds are on hard mode compared to everyone else. That weird frustration when people tell you to just try it. It's not that bitter. When your DNA literally makes it taste like chewing aspirin. So if your food preferences make you the odd one out, don't feel bad. You might just be living with one of the rarest culinary superpowers encoded in your DNA. Number 6. The Unbreakable Bones. Superheroes aren't real, right? Well, try telling that to people with a mutation in the LRP5 gene. This rare DNA trait gives them bones so dense and strong, they're nearly impossible to break. Most of us worry about osteoporosis as we age, but these folks don't. Their skeletons are so reinforced that fractures are almost unheard of. In fact, doctors first discovered the mutation when trying and failing to perform hip replacement surgery on a patient whose bones were too hard to cut through. Sounds awesome, but here's the twist. Having bones of steel isn't always a blessing. The increased density can make people less buoyant in water, leading to trouble swimming. It can also cause issues with nerves if bone growth presses in the wrong places. But still, compared to the rest of us brittle mortals, these people are walking, talking proof that evolution sometimes hands out cheat codes. Imagine living your whole life without ever breaking a bone, while your friends are comparing cast signatures from middle school accidents. That strange mix of pride, relief, and maybe even survivor's guilt? Yep, that's what it feels like to have an indestructible skeleton thanks to a rare genetic twist. Number 5. The Pain-Free Mutation picture stubbing your toe on the corner of your bed. For most of us, that's an instant explosion of pain and regret. But for a handful of people with mutations in the SCN9A gene, it's nothing. Literally, no pain, no flinch, no hopping around cursing the furniture. This mutation essentially turns down or completely shuts off the body's ability to send pain signals. People born with it can walk on broken bones, burn their skin, or undergo injuries without realizing it. On the surface, it sounds like a superpower. Who wouldn't want to live without pain? But here's the dark side. Pain exists to protect us. Without it, people can hurt themselves severely without noticing. Children with this mutation often bite their tongues or injure themselves repeatedly because they don't feel when something is wrong. Many need constant monitoring to stay safe. Still, emotionally, there's something fascinating about it. Imagine never being afraid of pain, never hesitating before taking a risk, because your DNA doesn't let you feel it. It's freedom and danger rolled into one, a reminder that sometimes what feels like a blessing is actually the most dangerous mutation of all. Number 4. The Short Sleeper Gene. Most of us drag ourselves through life dreaming of more hours in bed. But for people with a mutation in the DEC2 gene, sleep is practically optional. These short sleepers only need about 4 to 6 hours a night to feel fully rested, while the rest of us would be zombies without 8. It's not insomnia, they're not tossing and turning or running on fumes. Their DNA actually allows their bodies to recharge faster than normal, giving them back hours of life that the rest of us spend drooling on our pillows. Imagine all the books you could read, projects you could finish, or Netflix shows you could binge with that extra time. But it's not all upside. Being awake more means experiencing more stress, more work, and more daily grind. And short sleepers often feel isolated because while they're wide awake at 4 a.m. planning their next big thing, everyone else is snoring peacefully. The emotional side is complicated. It's empowering to have more hours in a day, but it can also feel lonely living in a rhythm the world isn't built for. Still, if you're one of the rare few with this mutation, your DNA basically handed you the one thing everyone else on the planet wishes for: extra time. Number 3. The golden blood type. When it comes to blood, most people are A, B, AB, or O. But there's an ultra-rare type so uncommon it's nicknamed golden blood. Officially, it's called Rh-null, and fewer than 50 people in the world are known to have it. What makes it so special? Unlike most blood types, which carry certain antigens, Rh-null blood has none. That means it can be given to almost anyone, making it the holy grail of blood donations. Hospitals call it priceless, because in emergencies, it can save people whose rare blood types can't accept anything else. But here's the dark flip side. While their blood can save anyone, Rh-null individuals can only receive blood from another Rh-null donor. And with so few people on the planet who have it, a simple car accident or surgery could become life-threatening if the right blood isn't available. Emotionally, carrying golden blood is both empowering and terrifying. You're walking around with the most valuable blood on Earth like liquid treasure in your veins. But you're also living with the constant knowledge that your own life could hinge on one of just a handful of strangers across the globe. Number 2. The unbreakable virus shield. Some people are born with a DNA mutation that makes them resistant or even immune to certain viruses. One of the most famous examples is the CCR5-Delta32 mutation, which prevents HIV from entering immune cells. People with this genetic twist can be exposed to the virus repeatedly and never become infected. Sounds like a miracle, right? But nature doesn't give out gifts without strings attached. The same mutation that shields against HIV may increase vulnerability to other illnesses, like West Nile virus or certain strains of influenza. It's as if evolution handed you armor, but it only protects against one specific arrow. Living with this trait would be surreal. On one hand, you'd carry a quiet sense of invincibility against one of the deadliest viruses in modern history. On the other, there's that nagging awareness that your DNA may have left other doors wide open. It's a reminder of how strange evolution is. Sometimes the mutations that protect us from one danger make us more vulnerable to another. Number 1. The super-strong tendons. Not all mutations show up in your blood or your brain, some live in your muscles and tendons. A variation in the ACTN3 gene gives certain people what scientists call the sprint gene. In simple terms, it makes their fast-twitch muscle fibers stronger and more efficient, giving them explosive strength and speed. Olympic athletes, powerlifters, and sprinters are far more likely to have this rare genetic setup. It's the difference between being able to jog a mile and being able to launch off the starting line like a rocket. If you've ever wondered why some people seem naturally built for sports, while others struggle no matter how hard they train, the ACTN3 mutation might be the answer, but it's not all medals and trophies. The same mutation can sometimes make people less suited for endurance events, meaning marathons or long hikes can feel brutal. Plus, having unusually strong tendons and muscles can increase the risk of injury if they're pushed too far. The emotional experience here is a strange mix of pride and frustration. Imagine knowing your DNA gave you a leg up in raw power, but also realizing it closed the door on other abilities. Evolution giveth, evolution taketh away. That's it for this video. If you want to see more like it, be sure to subscribe.